This place seems familiar.
Henry, look. I spent the happiest years of my life in this forge. It's such a shame to see the old place just left like that too. Henry! Stop that. Come on, we still have to go to the market.
Looking for something, lad?
I was just...
You won't find nothing here no more. Let's move along.
Forgive me. It's just that... I remember this forge from my childhood. When I was a boy, my pa, Martin, brought me here.
Wait, Martin? My husband had an apprentice called Martin. That was your pa?
I'm not sure.
If you're saying he showed you this forge, I reckon he's the same Martin who used to apprentice here.
He was my stepfather, but he raised me as his own.
That doesn't surprise me. Even as a lad, I could tell his heart was in the right place. How's he doing?
Unfortunately, he died.
I'm sorry to hear that. My God, Martin's adult son? Time really does fly.
He told me back then he spent the best years of his life here.
Aye, aye. Those were good times, true enough. What's your name, lad?
Henry.
I'm Magdalene. It's a pleasure, Henry. Care to come inside for a chat? I've a fresh pot of soup on the stove if you're hungry.
I can't refuse an offer like that.
Glad to hear it. Come with me, then. I'm glad you like it.
Just like Ma used to make.
Back when your pa used to apprentice here, my Skodder's forge was the finest in Kuttenberg. Only then out of the blue he fell ill and I lost him. Everything's been downhill since then. His apprentices left and the blacksmith's guild couldn't decide who to assign the forge to. Before they could make a decision, the forge's attic burnt down. I was visiting my sister in Visokar at the time. She's with the Lord now too, poor thing. I was left here all alone, on jointure. This room is the only one that stayed unscathed for the most part.
How did the forge's attic burn down?
How do you think? Someone set it ablaze. Hard to say if it was just some brats or those good-for-nothings from the hole. That's the watering hole next door. But it doesn't matter now, they never caught anyone. All that came of it is that nobody's wanted the forge for 20 years. But look at me rambling on. I'm sure you're not interested in the rantings of some old crone.
I am interested.
It's kind of you to say that. I keep trying to explain to the guild that it's not a lost cause. We just need someone who will bring this place back up. But it's like talking to a stone wall year after year. The guildmasters are too worried about their own business to listen to me. But I'm convinced if we were to find a talented blacksmith, the workshop could be as beautiful as a chapel, like when my old Skodder used to run it.
I could be that blacksmith.
You're a blacksmith, like your pa? Christ, of course you are. I should have known. It only makes sense after all.
I can get my hands on some coin. And you're right, such a famous forge shouldn't be left to fall by the wayside.
If you were to take it over, that would be wonderful. Only you'll have to talk to the guild about it first. They make the rules. I reckon Master Bushek the Elder has the most common sense when it comes to this place. He might be able to help. He has an armourer's workshop in the town hall quarter. Hopefully he'll hear you out. But be warned, from what I know, the guild is careful not to let anyone that isn't from a blacksmithing family into their ranks. So don't mention Martin wasn't your birth father. It would only hurt your chances.
Thanks for the tip. I won't say a word. Thanks for the soup.
Good luck to you, Henry. Till we meet again, Henry.
I'm sorry. What are you doing, you whistler?
What's it?
Slowly. Nice and slow.
Bloody hell.
Whoa!
Greetings. I'll be with you in just a moment. Greetings. What do you need?
Master Bushek,
Aye?
I'm Henry of Skalitz. I'm interested in Master Skoda's old burnt-down forge. I spoke to his widow, Magdalena, about it.
For Christ's sake. She didn't pull you in off the street, did she? The mad old crone?
Well, more or less.
Old age must be sad. All I can tell you about the forge is the same thing I tell Magdalena when she bothers me about it. Even getting the building back into its original state would mean pouring a fortune into it.
I take care of the money.
Aye, but only a member of the Kuttenberg Blacksmiths Guild can work the trade around here. And you're not a member.
Could I join the guild?
It's not that simple. The Guild is a private society made up of Kuttenberg burghers, and the other masters aren't too trusting when it comes to outsiders. So I reckon they won't be too keen on the idea.
How could I convince them?
That's hard to say. But maybe you'll make a good impression. But first, you'll be required to meet 3 conditions.
Which are?
First, you have to come from a respectable family. Second, you have to have blacksmithing experience. And third, you'll have to compete the guild's trial. Tell me, blacksmith, what sort...
I'm Radzig Cobbler's bastard. Really? I'm the bastard son of Radzig Cobbler of Dvorets.
Henry, If you really want to join the guild, you have to come from a respectable... Next time, think long enough.
About the guild trial.
Yes?
Not only do I come from a respectable family, but a blacksmith's family too. You probably knew my father.
Oh? Well, where would I know him from?
From here. His name was Martin, and he used to be old Skoda's apprentice.
Wait, Martin? Your pa is Frisky Martin?
Frisky?
Aye, of course, Frisky. We used to call him that because, well, that doesn't matter. How's he doing these days?
I'm afraid he's no longer with us. He was killed during the raid on Skalitz.
Christ. I'm very sorry to hear that. When I knew him, he seemed like a good bloke and quite a talented swordsmith. Some of the masters were good friends of his. They were the same age at that time. To tell you the truth, that will likely affect your chances as a contender. As Frisky's son, you'll have a great opportunity to make an impression. So you'd better make the most of it.
As far as experience, I helped at my father's forge. We made a sword for Sir Radzig Cobbler of Dvorets together. I have the sword here. Would you like to see it?
No need. I'll trust you. But if the other masters happen to ask, be ready for anything. It seems answering questions about your family and experience won't give you trouble. Now for the most important part. Are you ready for the guild trial?
What does the guild trial involve?
The guild trial consists of a verbal exam and a practical exam. First, you'll have to answer a few tricky questions from my colleagues. And after that, you'll forge a sword to the best of your abilities right before their eyes. Of course, the trial comes at a small fee for each try. Well then, do you feel up to it?
What does the verbal exam entail?
In short, all the basics every good blacksmith should know. Can you read, at least a little?
I can. Quite well, in fact.
Glad to hear it. Everything you need to know is neatly, and for a small fee, I'd be...
I'm interested.
Here it is.
I'm ready.
Great, we'll meet tomorrow. And one, but first, I reckon you should...
I'd like to wait here.
Very well then.
Should we get going?
I believe it's high time. Don't even bother looking at that old clock of ours. It's been stuck for 30 years. It seems all the other masters are looking forward to what Frisky's son can do. You'd better make a good impression. Come now, the guild forge isn't far. We'll just pass through the lower market. And we're there. Did you get a chance to study the handbook? Come, come. Everyone is looking forward to seeing what you can do. Come now. The guild forge isn't far. We'll just pass through the lower market and we're there. Did you get a chance to study the handbook?
Of course.
Mind if I test your knowledge a bit along the way? What colour is a properly heated workpiece?
Straw yellow.
Of course, straw yellow. What else? I have one more question for you. Are sparks a good sign while forging?
They're a bad sign.
Not true. That was a trick question. If sparks fly while you're hammering, it's a good sign. Whereas if you're heating the workpiece, it's a bad one. You didn't know that one. I reckon it wouldn't hurt to take another peek in the handbook before the trial. A good blacksmith should never stop learning. That too is important to our guild. I have a number of designs of my armor smithy that I collected on my travels throughout the kingdom. It's quite a unique collection. And the best part is, I'm happy to share it with others. Stop by any time. Learn to make something new. Your customers will surely appreciate it, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Your trial still awaits. Just a little further now. Shall we begin?
Tell the younger to stop wasting time.
Ready? We can begin.
Honored friends, masters of the blacksmith.
So, this is old Frisky's lad. I can hardly believe it.
Aber I do not see much of a resemblance.
Vielleicht ein wenig.
I do not see it.
Aye, aye. Frisky here, frisky there. All that talk about not taking in outsiders. And now you've gone and flipped it all around.
Martin was a good bloke and an excellent swordsmith. If Henry here is anything like him, he'd be a welcome addition to the guild.
Genau, genau.
Look, I didn't know this frisky fella of yours. I'm more interested to see what the lad can do than who his pa was.
We'll see what he can do shortly. Just to be clear, let me repeat what the trial entails. In the first part, the verbal exam. If he makes a single mistake, this part of after the verbal examination comes the practical one.
And if he is successful,
Let's begin with the first part.
I'd like to ask Henry if sparks while forging are a good or bad sign.
They're a good sign.
That's incorrect.
It was a trick question.
You failed and you'll have to really put in
We will pay.
your time. Here's the design.
Viel Glück. Let's see what you can do, young.
Let's see, then.
Looks like the lad has a firm grip.
Herrgott, that's not good.
Pass auf, du verbrennst es.
Let's see, then.
This is going to take a while yet.
Going well so far. Keep going.
Genau.
That looks like it's almost done.
Look at that. Nearly there now.
Finally.
And he's done. I am looking
What's
forward
next?
to this.
All done?
Let's see what you made. My! I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Fantastic work, Henry. This sword is a piece of art. I'm glad you didn't disappoint. Honored friends, masters of the Blacksmith's Guild, Henry of Skalitz has successfully completed the trial. Let us head for the guild hall for the acceptance ceremony. After successfully fulfilling all requirements, I'm proud to announce our guild has grown by a new member. Approach Henry of Skalitz. Kneel. Swear for the first time on your honor and by God Almighty that you will defend the interests of the Blacksmiths Guild of Kuttenberg.
I swear.
Swear for the second time that you will protect all secrets entrusted to you by the Guild.
I swear.
And swear for the third time that you will always act honestly and God-fearingly to spread the esteem of our guild among the people.
I swear.
Now hang your guild sword next to those of the other masters. Go on,
stalling.
hang up that sword. Welcome to the guild, Henry. It's now up to you to say a few words.
I'm following in my father's footsteps. Even as a lad, when I watched him by the forge, I wanted to be just like him. A real master blacksmith. Today, thanks to you, my dream has come true. And here in Kuttenberg, where Pa spent the best years of his life, I like to think he'd be proud of me.
He would be, without a doubt. In any case, from this day forward, Henry is to take over Skoda's forge and repair it. He therefore acquires the right to use it with one obligation, and that is the accommodation of the widow Magdalena. The guild grants her jointure after the death of her husband. That will be your responsibility now, Henry.
That won't be for much longer anyway.
She's a kind woman. I'll be happy to help her.
We'll see about that, once she goes poking her nose into everything at the forge.
It sounds like you have your work cut out for you, Henry. But like all hard work, the results will surely be worth it. The ceremony is now over.
We have
told
one
you,
thing
Mike,
to
if you-
discuss.
You can go now, Henry.